Hello and welcome back to Oxventure Wyrdwood. My name is Johnny Chiodini, and these are our players.
Hello, I'm Mike. I'm playing Lug, the Firbolg Barbarian.
Hello, I'm Luke, and I'm playing Happen, a human ranger.
I'm Jane. I'm playing Willow Fine, who is a cleric and also an Aasimar.
I'm Andy. I'm playing Robin Oatcake, who is a man, and Morven Helwain, who is a sorcerer.
And I'm Ellen, and I'm playing Cressida, who is a human elf wizard.
During the last episode, you set off on the trail of the North team, which has gone mysteriously missing, and their copestone has been broken in half, which is not good news. You discovered that they had visited some people and donked their tree all the way up. Thankfully, you undonked the tree, but in so doing, punted your debt up enough that when we did the rolling right, not one, but two of you got envelopes. These will be opened the next time either of you casts a spell. Do not forget that as a side effect of you having received an envelope, your debt is halved. So you can never go back to 1, but you at least have a lower number than you did at the end of the last episode. Now, at the very end of the last episode, you were run out of Elmstead by Edmund, who basically was like, here's a secret journal that we found. Now I'm going to make a big show of running you out of town. You are once again on your way.
Right.
Adventure stuff.
What does the journal say?
Right.
What does it say? What does it do?
Right, well, as we're making our way from the Elmstead elm, I unfold the journal.
As far as you're aware, so there's more to this journal, but the most recent entries are there, and this appears to be a journal written by someone called Edie.
Edie writes, it's dated 6 days ago. Arrived in Elmstead, the tree is more wondrous than I could have imagined, even growing up hearing stories of its majesty. The people are worried, a drought is building, and the tree, which must pull up huge quantities of water through its roots, is weakening. Alden has offered to enchant the tree, slowing its decline while we try to work out the true cause. They assented. He makes his preparations now. Same day, says the journal, but later, Alden is wounded and we are cast out of Elmstead to return on pain of death. Bera has bound the stump as well she can and has eased his pain with her magic, but she is worried. The wound looks infected with disease or curse I cannot fathom. Journal entry from 5 days ago. We press north through the woods, ill at ease. Our senses betray us. Sounds seem strange, now far, now distant, and we keep losing our way. Twice we have found ourselves having gone in a large circle, wasting hours of daylight. Alden swears he's seen things moving, following us through the trees. Hilda says it's his fever, but I am unsure. We're having to carry him now. Cole thinks it's the woman who's been toying with us, messing with our supplies, and disappearing just when we think we have her cornered. I've told him to put that from his mind, at least for now. Same day, says the journal, but later, Cole is missing. We got strung out trying to get around a huge patch of briar. When we tightened up again, he wasn't there. We searched for 2 hours, no trace. We press on, but we're leaving signs for him to follow should he find our trail again. He has the copestones. It gives me hope for his survival, but makes me worry about ours. Journal says 4 days ago, Bera is gone too. Her bedroll was empty this morning. All of her things were there. Journal entry from 3 days ago. I'm alone now. I was right behind Hilda, keeping my eyes fixed on her and Alden so we wouldn't be separated. My concentration wandered. It must have been this heat, the exhaustion. When I came back to myself, I was alone. I've stopped leaving signs now. I'll try and make for Hopton, though I'm not hopeful I'll make it that far. If this is the last the world hears of us, know that we tried. We wanted to help. So there's a woman.
Okay, womp womp, we suck. Everyone's dead. Is the vibe, yeah?
If that's it, yes, that's one way of looking at it.
Well, should we find these signs that they left then, and
Yes.
we'll find whatever remains of this Edie?
Yes.
Edie sounds so cool.
So what else do we know? They were heading towards Hopton. There's a woman who's been toying with them.
A woman. An unnamed woman.
They are not specific about
They were
who.
separated and disappeared one by one.
And the one who was first separated was the one with the copestones. So
Well, that was Cole.
yeah, Cole. So
Maybe
did Cole,
give the copestone to someone with both their hands, if it were me.
No, that was Alden. whose hand got exploded off him.
All right.
But yeah, Edie was the last we know, perhaps the last alive, maybe?
Maybe, although did Cole say the rest of them were dead?
We don't know, they just disappeared, one by one.
But on the
Picked off
copestone?
by the woman. No, the copestone just exploded. It said, what was the last message on the copestone?
Well, the one you received days before was 2 wounded,
That's it.
That was it.
Wyrdwood angry, la la la.
Yeah. And then it exploded. So we don't know whether Cole is the only one who's like dead, or whether...
We don't know that any of them are dead, but it doesn't seem promising. We should probably seek to pick up the trail that they left for the members of the party who got separated.
Got it.
Although then we are walking into the exact same scenario that seemed to have got them
Yes, but
disappeared.
we're competent.
We
I'm sure it'll be fine.
If we could head towards this Hopton place, if anyone knows where that is.
Well, we've got a couple of trackers here. Can you not pick up the trail?
Yeah, we can give it a go. And if we know we're broadly moving in the direction of Hopton, we've got a sort of fairly
Good chance of
narrow
picking
corridor, relatively, within which to find them.
I'm sure we can figure it out, yeah.
Just one thing, Willow, if I make me a wisdom insight check, please.
Okay, can do. Wisdom insight. Oh, that's a natural 1.
Okie dokie.
Oh.
Eats the journal pages for their nutritious words.
You go temporarily blind.
Fine.
Ooh-wee.
So we have the whole journal. Those are the pertinent pages
Yes.
from the journal.
Yes, I can furnish you with more information should there be any thread from that you wish to pull.
Anything steamy between her and Alden? I was picking up some vibes.
I scan the journal for vibes.
Well, so you get the vibes of sort of people coalescing as a unit and sort of getting used to working with one another. There are more mentions of this woman. In fact, at one point in the journal, it mentions that they could have sworn that they saw her at the folk moot.
I was going to wonder, if she's anything to do with the man that we keep seeing.
Yes, I would like to check if there are any references to the man in the hat. The poor man.
Sure.
Take the journal.
Read it yourself.
Oh, Alden, my heart yearns for your touch.
Pretty hot stuff.
Yeah, wow. This is...
There are no mentions of a man, but there are mentions of a woman who appears to behave in a normal, well, not an identical fashion. If anything, she seems quite malicious in her actions, but has sort of a similar MO to the man that you keep seeing.
Does it note any physical characteristics?
Well, there's not a hat, if that's what you're asking.
So enigmatic, tampering, that
Not
sort
the same.
of thing.
Not the same guy.
Dressed strangely is the most, is the greatest thing you get.
Okay. Have you got any idea which? Well, I mean, we know north towards Hopton.
Yep, I think we should start pressing on. Keep our eyes peeled for signs, marks on trees.
Large patches of briar.
Large patch of briar
Yeah.
might be a clue.
Bits of
discarded supplies.
Alden.
Terrifying, like dolls suspended from trees.
body. Yeah, sort of totems made of twigs and
Yep,
things of that nature.
all that stuff.
Well, if you are going to press on, then I'm going to need your marching order. Who's going first, please?
I'll go.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, you're the
The forest guy.
You're the woods guy.
Should probably be the forest guy
Yeah,
on
go
this
on,
occasion.
forest
So
guy.
Lug, then Willow, fine. If
Yes,
I'm-
please.
I'll go after Willow. Fine. She is the cleanest.
After Cressida?
It's true.
Don't want to be anyone else's jets.
This filth is hardly my fault. Thank you. Fine. Yes, I'll go.
You like
Morven.
prestidigitate yourself or something.
Which means the happen is bringing up the rear. Alrighty.
No, wait, I do have prestidigitation, but I'm not using it right now.
Cool. All right.
So you are heading broadly north. Hopton is actually quite a long way away, and it's sort of like to the northeast, and it's just out the other end of the wood. It's sort of, you got that vibe from Edie's journal, but it's a long shot. That like they felt like it was a long shot because it's a long way away, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
They likely changed direction.
Yeah, but you're pressing on again. It is still just very hot here, and like now that you've gone through Elmstead, you are able to see the effects of this gathering drought in the area. Like again, the forest floor under your feet, it's sort of like a lot drier. You're even kicking up like motes of dust, which sort of get in your throat. It's all
Like
very
crispy.
claggy. Yeah, crispy. It's quite unpleasant, really.
How are the trees? Are they suffering?
They are. Again, you sort of really have to be looking for it, but yeah, it looks like the leaves are starting to crisp up at the edges. Lug, you're in front. Could you make me a wisdom perception check, please?
Could.
Happen. You're at the back. Could you make me a wisdom perception check, please?
That is 24.
Nice.
Mine is
Dang.
not that good, but it's a 15.
Okay. You are pressing on Lug. You can, you are basically guessing at this point as to sort of, you haven't picked up a clear trail. You're sort of pushing on, path of least resistance. Let's just keep going this way. There seems to be an all right sort of game trail going this way, but you haven't found any trail such as there is to find from the North team just yet. Happen. There's something not quite right about the woods. You've noticed that as you're going, you're used to moving stealthily anyway, so the rest of the party probably does sound quite loud to you, but the footfalls of each of your companions and the rustle, even the rustle of your clothes as you move, they all seem indecently loud. And it feels like the external sounds of the forest have been artificially dulled. It's almost like it's like you're trying to listen to a conversation on the other side of the room, but everyone around you is being so loud that you can't pick it out. You are not getting everything out of your senses as you are normally accustomed.
I think something is trying to deaden our senses. Has anyone else noticed this?
Does anyone else notice this? Those in the middle.
Probably when it's mentioned, we probably would all go, yeah,
Yes.
you're probably right.
Yeah, I think that's entirely fair. Would you please make me a survival check, Lug, to lead the
Sure.
party?
Sure. That is a 15 again.
Okie dokie. You lead the party on for about an hour.
That's how much a 15 gets you.
I've got an idea.
Uh-huh.
Can I have an idea?
Yeah. You may.
I take the 50 foot of hempen rope and I tie it around Lug's waist. And then I tie a length of it further along around my waist. And then I think then it goes Cressida and then Morven. And then Happen.
Yep.
So we're in a chain of people.
Lovely. Okie dokie.
It's a good idea.
This is wise.
Until one of us goes over
with
a
my
cliff.
dress.
Well, then the other ones can pull them back up again.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's a flawless plan.
I just don't want to get disappeared.
Flawless plan. Because you don't hit the floor.
Good lord.
Sorry. Sorry, Ellen got through.
Another wisdom perception check from you, please, Lug.
Sure.
And another one from you, please, Happen.
Oh boy. A mere 6 for me this time.
Okay.
Concentrating on something else.
You're pretty confident you found the right trail.
Oh, great.
You start pressing on.
Good. 23.
Okie dokie. Lug is...
Lug can see the trail from the back and it's the other direction.
After about 2 minutes, you're like, what is going? Why is Lug leading us this way? Like, it's almost like the sun has swung behind you. And you realise you are going entirely the wrong way.
I'll just sidle up to Lug so no one else can hear me.
We're tied together now.
10 foot apart.
Yeah, everyone gets
We're at
pulled.
each end, so he can sidle up to
Yeah.
the... And it's fine.
Okay, we're in a U shape now.
Yeah, we are. Well, a circle, a complete circle.
Morven's
Okay.
I need to talk to Lug, tracking stuff. Lug, I think we're going the wrong way.
Wisdom perception, please, Cressida.
Oh. Ooh. That is an 8.
Could you leave the room, please?
Whoa.
Oh, dang.
Morven and Willow, find wisdom perception checks, please.
All right.
Don't whiff it, I guess.
17.
Okay. Cressida's gone. Morven.
Oh, wait, sorry, is that wisdom perception?
Yeah.
Curse. Well, it was 11 then.
Cressida's gone.
Oh.
Where's Cressida? We were tied together. Where's Cressida?
Is there just a loop of
Yes.
empty rope?
Yes, there is.
Cressida?
Who did this?
Can I look around the... Oh, I'll tell you what.
She might have finally just got sick of us.
I mean, she was complaining a lot.
Yeah, I mean...
It does make sense.
Maybe she was just... This was it. The tying together thing was too much for her.
I never really got her, dedication to the cause. She was complaining a lot, so maybe she just decided to go back to the city.
I don't think so.
Or she's been disappeared by the woman.
Seems more like...
Oh yeah, they did mention sequential disappearances.
As a swarm keeper, I have something called Primeval Awareness, where I can expend 1 spell slot to sense aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, undead within 1 mile of us.
That's massive.
Yeah.
There's probably one of each of those within a mile of us.
Yeah. Well, but maybe that's part of the sort of downside of it, that like you don't know where your ping is coming from or whatever. Or 6 miles of favour terrain, which this is actually.
Yeah.
So within
6 miles.
6 miles.
It's a completely
centre of the
unrelated
Wyrdwood.
dragon 5 miles away.
Yeah.
The wood lights up, like absolutely lights up around you. I mean, this is the Wyrdwood. It's full of fae things.
Yeah.
But you do get... Okay, so you get a sense of... You've spent enough time around Cressida. You get a sense where you're like, Cressida is in that direction, is moving alarmingly fast, and has 3... They would count as fae creatures around her. And the second you sort of get a fix on the shape of those creatures, you're like, what? Because there's like somewhere between 30 and 50 of them in your very close vicinity.
We should form a defensive position now, or chase after Cressida as fast as we can, I suppose, are our 2 options, but we should do them fast.
Why? What have you seen?
Oh, I detail what I've seen.
Oh, right. Okay.
What would a defensive position involve?
Standing in a circle,
I mean, we're already standing in basically a circle.
facing outwards though.
Go our backs to the woods.
But
Everyone backs
if we're
together.
facing backwards, we're not looking at each other, and if we get disappeared, we're not going to know who disappeared.
Yeah, apparently they can disappear us without us noticing, so
When we're tied together.
yeah.
Maybe
Let's
we
all-
should be in a circle facing inwards, but looking behind each other,
Maybe
so
we should
can
all
see each other.
hold hands
But also-
or something.
Maybe we should follow Cressida while I still know where she is.
I think we should get
Let's
after
follow
Cressida.
Cressida.
She might be in terrible danger.
Yeah.
Let's hold hands and skip.
Yeah, okay. Not really
don't
my
have to
vibe,
skip.
but yeah, fine.
Sure.
They're yelling,
Let's
bro.
sprint pell-mell after Cressida.
Okay, just before you start running, you hear at the very edge of your hearing, again, almost like the sound around you has been deadened, something starts coming through. It is a melody, like someone is playing a tin whistle. Happen, I think you're a ranger, you've probably got the sharpest ears. Could you make me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Elves have the sharpest ears.
9.
Oh, dang, okay.
Well,
You, Lug, Willow Fine, and Morven, you start tearing off in the direction that Happen indicated. You get probably only about 10, 15 foot before you realise that Happen is not running alongside you. And you turn around,
Oh no.
and he's not there.
Oh no.
oh no.
We're doing even worse than Team North.
What are you doing now?
Okay, well, we can't keep running. They're going to snatch another one of
Yeah,
us
we
up.
only made it 10
Yeah.
foot. All right.
Yeah, we need to form up and
Yeah,
All
find
right.
whatever this is.
We put our
Stop
backs
it.
together
Backs together.
yeah.
and
Interlock an arm each, maybe,
Yes.
sure. Yeah.
and draw a weapon.
Can anyone, you, the forest man,
Yes.
you not sense where this is coming from?
No, you the sorcerer person. Have you got a spell for this sort of thing?
Well, not really. It's all magic based. Well, this was your whole bread. Well, you guide people. What do they pay you
I've
for?
never seen anything
Happen
like
said
this.
he sensed Fae, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So there are unseen Fae all around us.
Constitution saving throws from each and every one of you, please.
20. Not natural.
Yeah. A 20.
So 8, so I assume.
Show yourself.
Well, you're all directly looking at one another.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So,
We're all in physical contact with each other.
yeah. Why? What do you think I'm going to do?
I don't know, like try and disappear another person?
Morven, you do not cry out because you cannot cry out. The melody that you heard sort of at the edge of your hearing grows louder and louder, almost kind of like a steam whistle, like coming from a kettle, until it is filling your head and it's all you can hear. And you are basically, you're conscious, but you are completely unable to move. You're just paralyzed.
Okay.
The melody continues. You can feel it kind of like getting louder, but it's almost like, basically it's almost like the one making the tune wants to approach, but is aware that there are other more capable agents. Well, not more capable, you know what I mean, less incapacitated.
On a 20,
agents
can I hear the melody getting louder, but am I resisting it, or is it just not affecting me?
You are resisting it, basically, so it's kind of like buffeting your ears. You feel
I'm
like you're going to
aware
get...
that it's the thing.
Yeah,
So
you
I
are
could,
aware.
I could, in theory, turn around and say, cover your ears to people.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I would say, yeah, cover your ears, and like I would do it for myself, and I presumably would see that Morven can't do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything I can like? I could grab some moss or something and be like in Morven's ears.
Yes, in the time it's going to take to do that, I would like another Constitution saving throw.
Another one, man. I got a 20. That's fine.
Can I just cover my ears?
Yeah.
All right.
Ah, sick. That is a 24.
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely fine. Just poof.
Yeah.
You plug up those lug holes.
Sure. Yep. That's what we. That's
he
what
calls
got the
them.
name. Yeah.
Mouth, you're welcome.
You're able to
And-
move again.
Oh my god. It's the.
Yeah. I do the fingers.
So you see emerging from behind a nearby tree, there are two figures. They kind of look like satyrs almost. They're sort of goat-legged people, but they're not kind of like the human like upper body. It's almost like their entire skin is made of bark, and their legs aren't hairy. Again, they're just sort of. It's more like hanging moss and lichen. And they look at you with these eyes that are just sort of like pits of almost charcoal, but there's a real sense that you're being regarded, and that these things are angry because this isn't how it was meant to go down.
No, this is how it's meant to go down. Sorcerous burst!
Oh, dang, okay. Yeah.
Right in his face.
Sure.
Fire flavoured.
All right, give me that sorcerer's burst, and then I'm afraid you have an envelope to open.
I certainly do. Seemed necessary. Okay, that is a 24 to hit.
Yep, that'll certainly do it.
Okay, 2d8 fire damage. It's an 8 and a 4. Sorry, and the 8 explodes again. 12 and another 8 and a 1.
Wow.
So that's 21 points of fire damage.
Is this a single target spell?
Yes.
Okay. The one playing the pipes is just incinerated.
Good.
Straight
Teach
up.
him to-
It's almost like like a beam of just solid. It's almost like a beam of lava. Just goes through it and consumes it entirely. It just turns into ash.
Try and mind control me.
And now,
Here we go.
Here we go.
Woo!
Oh, okay.
What's your magic forfeit?
Your bones shift. You feel stronger and sturdier, yet also ancient and weary. Your base AC increases by 2 from its current level. While it is raining, even if you're indoors, it decreases by 2 from its current level.
it hurts when it rains.
Okay. All right. So it's summer, right? It's hot.
Dry
we just
out
said.
here, yeah.
We just said it was hot.
But your bones do hurt.
Okay, well, good. Armor class. Hell yeah, that was.
Robin's gonna wake up and be like, "Why do my bones hurt?"
Well, that's his problem.
Well, the first envelope has been opened, which means I get to swap out my DM screen.
There it is. Very nice.
And the consequences have begun to catch up with you because
Yeah, my bones
magic
feel amazing.
will have its due. They do for now. There might be weather later.
Probably not.
Okay, fine. Anyway, you absolutely just incinerate this creature, and the other one kind of drops down low, and you see its feet, like its legs, kind of coil up rather, as it just takes off into the wilderness.
Don't let it get away. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, let's
Make
chase
me
it.
strength athletics checks, please, and give me your marching order, because it wasn't the only one.
Well, I suppose I'd be going first, although...
So are we doing Lug, Willow, Find, Morven again?
Sure,
Okay, great.
as we are.
Oof. Okay.
I've only rolled a 9, though.
Okay. Well, it's higher than the 8 that this thing rolled.
Oh, good.
So you are able to keep tracking it.
8, so keep pace with it, I
Yeah,
guess.
keep pace.
7.
Oh,
Wait, I get inspiration because I'm a human.
Hey, there it is.
20.
humans.
You run past it.
Yeah, at this point you're on its heels. You're like, I could tackle this thing. And you're like, I probably need to see where my companions have gone.
Yeah.
I'll do another one of those, please. Strength athletics. 14 for the one that's legging it.
12.
Well, that is 11 for me.
Yeah, 11 for me as well.
It is opening up the gap. I'd forgotten about the moss in your ears. You know what? I think for the sake of getting the others back into the room, I think it's safe to say that you can basically track these things back to where they have come from. You have undone my plans quite masterfully. So you emerge, basically, there's sort of a large clearing, and you see a number of these sort of different creatures kind of, it's really weird. It's almost like they're walking into and out of the trees themselves. They're sort of just teleporting around. They seem very busy, as if they're preparing for something. It's like they're stacking weapons up against one particular tree. Others are sort of like, you see others sort of coming back from what looked like a ranging mission or something like that, and sort of sharing information with the others. And just as you emerge into the clearing with this one absolutely legging it, you see Cressida just being unceremoniously dropped into a large pit that is in the middle of this clearing. We should probably get them back into the room now.
Yeah.
Sorry I kept you out of the room so long.
That's all right.
This lot are very good at not being paralysed. Basically, what happened to you all is that you were going along and it's sort of like, what's that tune I can hear? I cannot move. And then you were conscious the entire time, just completely unable to move, as one of, like, basically one of these things just kind of coming behind you, being like toot 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 toot, playing a sufficiently creepy folk melody. You were just carried off bodily by 3 other things.
The things, did we see the things?
Oh yes, you've seen the things. They're kind of a bit like satyrs. Sort of like goat legs, like humanoid tops, but it's like they're made out of bark, and instead of hair on their legs, it's all just like lichen and moss, and it's all quite gross. And they have bunged the 2 of you unceremoniously into a pit, which
Not
is about
liking this. Sorry.
20 foot deep.
30 foot deep. No,
50 foot deep now. 50 foot deep pit that is lined with it's almost like someone has woven a basket out of vines and then covered it in planks of bark. And you sort of land there in the pit, the 2 of you.
This looks easy to climb.
Still paralysed, or am I okay now?
You are
Still
not paralysed. The song ends.
Once I thunk.
Yep, and you are just sort of in there, in the pit.
I'm going to barrel towards the pit to try and help them, right?
Are you all here as well?
We're
Burst
at
into
the,
the
we're
clearing.
We just
at the edge of the
chased
clearing. presumably.
one of your well, not one of your kidnappers, a creature like one of your kidnappers, to this clearing. But I don't think we've been seen yet. Although the one that was fleeing us actually would definitely know we were on his tail.
Yes, I guess if you're smart about it, you could stop and
Yeah.
be like, let's not make it think.
Yeah, I think we should pull up short of the actual clearing.
It's like how in the films when, someone goes, were you followed?
Yeah.
And the answer is never yes.
So we pull up short of the clearing and we see all the things that you've described.
Yeah.
Working up another flaming sorcerous burst. Guys in range. You're telling me I don't...
I mean, there's a lot of them, right? There's
There's a lot.
dozens of these creatures.
Cantrip. So I started blasting.
So this
Distinguish
thing,
my hand.
this thing kind of walks up to what you suspect might be a superior, and it kind of like, it is even kind of like creeching, it's bowing low and sort of talking in a tongue that sounds like sort of the sighing of the wind through the trees and like the snapping of dry twigs, and just it's a very sort of natural but sort of clicky, almost insectile noise, and it's kind of gesticulating me like, and it just gets backhanded by what is clearly a superior, and then kicked in the back as it turns. It's sent sprawling in the dirt, and with a series of sort of barking orders, it's like sends it off somewhere else to go do some sort of task.
Okay.
This
Green
one,
duty, probably.
We can't see into the pit, but are there any signs of the other kidnapped?
Did we see Cressida getting dumped in the pit?
you did see Cressida getting dumped in the pit.
As someone in the pit, can I look around in the pit and see if there's any signs of the
other
other team or anything?
Yeah,
like
make me
that?
a wisdom perception check, please, or an intelligence investigation check if you prefer.
So do the
Feel
same.
free to do the same, Cressida.
How far are we from the pit?
45 feet.
18.
Also an 18.
Oh, there's no one else in the pit with you. There are, however, sort of marks in the dirt where clearly some people were either sat or like lay down for quite some time. This pit, you reckon, has been quite recently occupied by people. You also see, sort of tucked into one of the bits of weave of the vines, props, a small piece of paper. Here we go.
All right.
It is written by Edie.
What a good name.
Oh, yeah. Damn it. Oh, well.
It's a reference.
It's a reference.
yeah.
It's a cool reference.
It's an Easter egg for the fans.
The last two words on this scroll, I forgot to write them down, are or beans.
My journal is missing, yet I am compelled to write. We are reunited at last, albeit in this stinking pit. Our captors keep asking about the Shimmering Lady. From what I can gather, she must be the spirit of the river that waters this part of the Wyrdwood. They seem to think she has been kidnapped and that we may know more. Their patience wears thin. We must try and make a break for it, though Alden is unconscious more often than not. Our belongings were confiscated, but Cole managed to keep one copestone hidden. We'll be discovered if we use it now, but if we get far enough away, perhaps we can signal the Northwest team. We try at sundown. I fear this is farewell.
They sent that signal.
Sent that signal.
So I guess
Days ago, though, right?
This lot caught up with them, perhaps.
Or whoever kidnapped the Shimmering Lady.
The Shimmering Lady.
well, despite them having
I don't know why I'm saying this stuff. I'm somewhere else in the clearing. I'm
Yeah.
not listening to this at all.
I cast message.
I'm daydreaming about something else.
Despite them having kidnapped us, it sounds like actually these creatures aren't necessarily our enemies.
No.
Potentially, we're working towards a common aim.
As long as no one explodes any of them.
Someone were to have incinerated one of them.
Sorcerously blasted anyone.
As long as we've done nothing to escalate.
Yes. What if we try and let them know that we're also looking for the Shimmering Lady? And try them, let them know that we're on the same team.
Can I try?
You hear sort of footfalls above you.
I was worried there were raindrops.
Figure
Your bones are going to
starts.
start hurting.
Ow, my bones!
Oh yeah, Morven
Oh yeah,
opened
we had an envelope.
Yeah.
Magic had its
Oh
due.
yeah, you did ask about that.
Yeah.
Magic did have its.
We were like, oh, that looks fun.
Magic had its due and made my
Sorry.
armor class much better.
Yeah. Capricious
Yes,
magic.
Morven/Robin's armor class has been increased by 2. However, when it rains, even if they're indoors, it goes down by 2. And it hurts when it rains.
Got an umbrella.
Even if you're indoors, under an umbrella.
Damn. Hey, you there, you love Oxventure. I mean, you're watching it right now. But did you know there is a more tangible way to show your support for Oxventure? And that is by buying some Oxventure merchandise. You can go to store.outsidexbox.com and check out a fine range of wares available there. Look at the stuff on screen right now. That could be yours. You could be showing your love for Oxventure wherever you go with these fine items. That URL again, store.outsidexbox.com. Thank you so much for watching Oxventure. Back to the video.
Goodness me, halfway through episode 6 already. Look at that. If you're worried about not having watched enough after the end of this episode, fret not, because you can watch Unwinding Wyrdwood, the show where we talk about Wyrdwood on these sofas.
Isn't that nice?
It is nice. Where can people go to get it, Zach?
That is patreon.com/oxclub. And you can catch all of our discussions all about Wyrdwood, all the previous episodes as well, where we give you some tidbits about what's going on in the background of the mystical, magical world of Hayorth.
And in the back of my cursed skull.
Yeah, that part we can not worry about so much, but we'll see you over on patreon.com/oxclub.
You hear footfalls, and one of the creatures walks up to the corner of the pit and sort of just points a spear at the pair of you, and just in a weird halting voice, as if it's just not accustomed to speaking, weird, which is obviously what passes for the common tongue in Hayorth. It just goes, "Shimmering lady."
Can I try saying, we wish to speak with you in the following languages? Giant, goblin, minotaur.
Okay, so
I'm gonna Duolingo.
Goblin, giant, and minotaur don't really exist in Hayorth.
Elvish?
You speak weird, which is the common tongue.
Yep.
And you also
speak weird.
You also I made such a mistake in naming it that. You also speak effectively the Fey dialect of the region you are from. So you speak Balewood.
Okay.
Because you do speak weird, this is almost like it is a sort of sub-dialect of the common tongue that this thing speaks. So yeah, you can communicate with it if you wish.
I love the ambition that I wrote Minotaur on there. Like, one day there's going to be a Minotaur.
I know, Johnny.
And I'm going to want to speak to it.
I think, if there's... I think it's more just like a gesture of friendship, I suppose, anything else, Like, okay, well, in the Balewood Fey tongue, I would like to say, we also seek the Shimmering Lady. If you let us out of here and reunite us with our companions, perhaps we can help you find her.
What done with the Shimmering Lady?
We haven't done anything with her, but we can try and find.
Yes,
whoever has.
we have been looking for her for days, and we don't know where she is. And if you would let us, we would like to help you in your quest to find her as well.
Make me a charisma persuasion check.
Oh, okay. That is a 23.
All right.
Cressida does not know how to deal with these people. She's just putting her best customer service smile on, like.
It pads off, just noise, like wordlessly pads off.
Did that work? Do you think that worked?
I thought you were pretty convincing.
Okay, good.
Smash cut 2, corner of clearing team. What do?
So how many things are between us and the pit?
A couple of dozen.
It's a cantrip.
If I could get 15 feet closer to the pit, I could communicate with them telepathically down there.
Really?
Yeah. So we're 45 feet away, and I can only do it up to 30 feet. No.
Also, we're in a 50
50 feet down.
Well, I mean, is it
dig a parallel pit?
Is it as the crow
lateral
flies?
tunnel.
Is there a 30-foot line between us?
Both about
Do
20,
the
25
geometry?
feet.
It doesn't say that. It doesn't say it can't travel through
Your ears
soil.
are at the top of your body, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Okay, so subtract 5-6 foot from.
Okay, so there's half a dozen. They're in the pit. We don't know what's going on. I presume they're in danger. If they're in a pit, they might be going to come back and pour boiling oil in it or something.
Well, yeah, but they're not in imminent, instantaneous danger. We saw the guy come up to the pit, talk to them seemingly, and then walk away again. If they're communicating, then they're not in like instantaneous near-death kind of danger.
Unless he came over and said, "You're all about to be executed."
I'm just going to go and get some hot oil to pour.
Yeah, the problem with not imminent danger is that it becomes imminent danger quite quickly. Is the thing. So.
The oil's heating up, is what he said, and then went off to check on the oil.
I'm just going to go and
Left
season the batter that we're going to put you in, and then the oil will come in. And we'll have happen tendies.
But I think we should maintain a low profile and try and rescue.
I look at the tree canopy over. Is there a tree canopy over the pit?
Yeah, it's
It's a clearing.
probably it's because it's a clearing. It kind of overhangs, but there's probably about 15 foot across, like as the crow flies, short hop, and then the pit.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yes.
So above, from what these two can see, it's just blue sky above, but it's not a million miles away from the top of the canopy, I guess.
We tied 2 bits of hempen rope together. How many feet is that?
Happen and Cressida, you hear footfalls again, and the guy you just spoke to turns up with someone who is a sort of bigger, and sort of the bark coverings are a lot more ornate, and you get the impression this is somebody of authority. And he just sort of chucks his head at the other one and goes, "Shimmering lady."
You've been most persuasive, Cressida.
Yeah, we are seeking the Shimmering Lady, for the waters of the river have not been feeding our land properly, and we, my friend and I, and some others that you may have elsewhere.
Companions. Companions.
Yes, companions is a bit of a loaded term. The traveling.
Sort of turn to each other like.
Those people I happen to be traveling with. Yes.
We're companions.
I honestly have no idea where I am. I'm so sorry.
Companions. Before. Pit.
Oh, you mean the people who were here before?
Companions.
No. We did once meet them in a tavern many moons ago. But it was such a weird coincidence that we happened to be in the same place again.
We're companions. Now.
These ones? I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Your.
I don't know. I was rendered paralyzed, and then you dragged me here and put me in this pit, and I don't know where I am. So, in terms of like where they might be, from here, no idea. Apologies.
They're not in the pit.
Yes, unless they're in the pit,
All
I don't
we've
know where
able
they
to
are.
establish.
Make me another charisma persuasion check, please. Is the difficulty class going up? It is.
Okay, so that is a 19.
I'm so sorry, it's just one short. Okay. The superior one just turns to the other and gives him like a dry clip around the ear.
I say that. It's a bit harsh. I mean, yeah.
Does it look like they're about to do something aggressive to us? Like, is the mood that we've answered this incorrectly and we're not of use to them anymore?
The guy turns around and starts walking away, but as he goes, he sort of raises a hand and makes some sort of signal and makes a weird, like, guttural noise.
We have the Shimmering Lady. Release us if you want her to live.
Cressida is just literally like.
Can we? I mean, if Happen is yelling that, then we can hear that from outside the pit as well.
You can, yes.
We like.
How does sound travel in the pit? And you're like, good news. Sounds like Happen's got.
guess
the
Like Happen's got hold of something called a shimmering lady.
Not on a 5. The thing in the pit doesn't compute. Like, it doesn't understand what you're yelling or if it has any bearing on what it's just been told to do. And if its superior is trying to countermand the signal it just gave, it's no longer listening. I'd like you to roll for initiative, please.
Dang.
As I describe what happens.
When I was paralysed, did that mean I got a long rest?
No. No, not at all. Oh yeah, I've starved you out of spell slots. Oh, this is unfair of me, but we're doing it. So, you remember I mentioned that sort of there was a weave of vines and sort of a bunch of like wood planks. These planks kind of spring up, and then sort of each one is kind of articulated almost on a piece of vine. So you've got these planks that kind of spring up and a vine kind of comes up, and they start to reconfigure themselves. They swirl, and then suddenly, in front of you, you see this thing. It's sort of like a writhing bag of snakes sort of pulls in and creates the form of a bear covered in bark. So it's like a very crude form of a bear, but it is most definitely a bear with claws and teeth and sort of the odd vine that's sort of just almost watching and kind of darting around it. I guess it's not unlike the profile of a displacer beast, but more organic and ursine, I think. But it rolled a 6, which is bad for it. Did everyone roll initiative?
Yes.
Yes.
Luck.
6.
Happen.
14.
Willow, fine.
10.
Morven.
11.
Cressida.
5.
Oh dear. Happen. There's a big bear in front of you.
What's the diameter of the pit at the bottom? Am I like pressed up against this bear, or is it a?
I said it was 50 foot deep, didn't I?
Yeah.
25 foot across then.
Okay. All right. Pretty sizable then.
Pretty sizable.
Okay.
No, you're not like, it's not that you've got in a lift with a bear.
I will shoot bear. I'll shoot the bear with my bow and arrow.
Please do.
Yeah. And what the hell? We're already pretty unlucky to be in a pit with a bear. So Happen's having a good day, but I'll send this one with the luck dice as well.
Delightful. Don't forget that point of debt.
First, so I don't forget. Praise cadence. 20.
Hey, all right. Roll me that damage and double the dice.
20 piercing.
Uh-huh.
And I would like to use Gathered Swarm, which normally in the past I've been using to add 1d6 of piercing damage. But I can also use it to ask my swarm of sprites, and I suppose in this situation they will be amenable to help, to move a target 15 foot anywhere, as long as they don't beat a strength difficulty check of 13 and knock them prone.
Okay, all right.
Obviously, there's not many places to send a bear in here, but I would just like to send the bear up.
Yeah.
15 feet. Yeah,
15
so it
feet.
falls down.
15 feet up, so it falls down.
Yeah, it'll take 1d6 of falling damage if that happens.
Yeah, and
what's
it's
the-
up. That'll upset it.
What's the bear's height up?
13.
13.
Which isn't outrageous for a bear to be.
Well, I rolled a 2 with a +3 strength modifier. That's a 5. Thanks so much, D20. All right, so the bear.
yeah, I suppose that as I sort of loose the shot, the sprites kind of fly out from me and get underneath the bear under its like bare armpits, like biting and hurting it, and just kind of swarm around it and just lift it. They're not that strong, so I think it's more of like a throw.
I almost like to imagine the arrow actually kind of like almost like you're picking up a
uppercuts.
sock with a stick. It's kind of and the bear briefly kind of comes up and makes this weird like noise of confusion, and then comes crashing down, taking how much more damage?
5.
Yeah, because it fell at least 10 feet.
I can shoot once more as well, but that's only a 7 plus 8, which is 15.
That hits it.
Oh, cool.
AC is 13.
Cool. That's 8 plus 8, 9, 10, 11.
Nice. All right.
With the second shot.
Nice.
Up in the air.
Oh, dang! You get it while it's up in the air.
Skeet shooting a bear.
For this poor bear, it's like, and then it takes another one and
Does it have a... Oh, when it lands on that, that'll be driven up into its organs.
unless it lands on its back.
Got you there.
Ironically, it has.
Oh yeah, because it's not prone.
Yeah. I admire the moxie though. Morven, you are, how far did I say again?
45 feet.
45 feet. You're 45 feet away from the pit. Sounds like there's a whole dang bear in there now. How the other two didn't notice before is beyond you, but you guess you're going to have to go help them out.
Okay, can I move 15 feet towards the hole?
Yes.
And then, can I cast Reduce on the hole? I want to make the hole smaller.
In which direction? Depth?
Well, like up and sides. I like if it's
squished in with
not all,
Yeah,
not all the
it
way.
just gets narrower.
If it's narrow, you could put, back against the wall
Just a
and
big
walk your way
bear
up.
and
If
a
it's
character
shallower,
sausage comes up.
Just a blood geyser sort of.
Tell us what it says.
it says you cause a creature or object you can see within range to grow larger or smaller for the duration. Choose either a creature or object that is neither worn nor carried. Hole.
Is a hole an object or an absence of an object?
That would be my argument, is that a pit is actually an absence of things.
I'm going to cast it on the soil, which is an object.
I'm going to preface this by saying that I'm obviously going to regret this so much, but sure.
Okay.
Can't find a reason for it not to work.
I enlarge all the soil underneath their feet.
Like a Las Vegas stage show where they have one of those like trapdoors that launch people out.
Do you want to work out the volume of soil? No.
Yeah, we could, if
We don't have
that
time
would
for
be fun.
I mean, it's only going to go up by one category.
Oh, is that the...
It's medium.
the-
It's like
From
small to
medium to
medium or
large,
medium to
for
large.
Okay, so you make the medium soil into a large soil.
Into big soil.
Okay.
Big soil strikes again. Let's say that you have basically raised the floor of the pit by half, so it's now a 25-foot pit. Sound okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Do we go up with it, or are we just sort of?
Oh yeah, no, and
entombed?
it's like Cressida was just demonstrating.
Like one of those
It's
lifts
nauseating.
that's a bit too fast, and you're like,
yeah.
Yeah, and it catches you in your stomach.
It would catch the bear in midair, for I would say.
Does it drive the soil into its
It's like a soily
supple
fist
lunge,
punching
yeah.
it in the back as it lands.
This all does kind of take place in the same 6 sec. No, you're not having another d6 of damage.
It's not
off
getting
me.
6 seconds
This
of
ain't Geth anymore, baby. Anything else, Morven?
bonus actions, anything.
Yeah, I think I'm fine. Yeah, we'll put it there.
I've done enough here.
We'll put a lid on that.
All right, don't forget that point of debt. Willow, fine.
All right.
Now your turn.
I sprint in behind Morven, who is doing some kind of magical soil moving, and I...
Soilmancy.
With the bulldozer.
and
Backwards and forwards.
the bark creatures,
Yeah.
are they, involved? Are they in the initiative order, or are
They
they...
are in the
out?
initiative order, but they are in the initiative order on a WAN.
Okay.
But having a look at them,
Yes.
you can see that a lot of them have pepped up. They're like, bear pit, bear fight, and they are gonna go gorp.
Oh.
They are like, they basically, on their turn, I will be making sort of perception checks to see how many may notice the party.
Okay.
But most of them are just going to go stand around the edge of the pit, be like, bear fight. See, with them, it's a chorus of like, bear fight, bear fight.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Well, we won't. We've gone loud. We can't stay unnoticed when we're changing the size of pits and such like. So I cast Spirit Guardians,
Oh, do you?
which is a flock of for me, is like a flock of very large motes of light
Yeah.
that start to kind of swirl around me in a sort of angelic vortex. And I designate creatures to be unaffected. You, all the expected creatures. And then anything entering or ending their turn in the area has to make a wisdom saving throw or take radiant damage, and anything in that area that tangles with my light motes has to do half speed, so they're slowed.
Okay. How much radiant damage do they take again?
It is, on a fail, it's 3d8 radiant damage.
Okay.
How big is the radius on
your-
protecting?
That is a great question. It is a 15-foot emanation. And I've sprinted 30 foot towards the hole, so
You've
just brushing
already
the
got
edge
some
of the
against
pit.
you.
Yeah.
What is your spell save DC, please?
My spell save DC is 15. I don't like that look.
I
I'm about to be
I
thwarted.
think you're about to evaporate a lot of bad
Oh, okay.
guys. That's a 6, and with a wisdom modifier of 0,
Oh, not wise at all.
please roll me the damage.
3d8. Let's go. Here's one of them. Here's another one. Here's another one. That is 14.
They are all dead immediately.
Yes. How many?
4.
All right.
Yeah. I rolled a 1 on the d12.
You got like
sorry.
Tinder.
But yeah, it is like it's honestly like they're just blown away like a wisp of smoke. Like you've extinguished a candle. It's you sort of. I almost feel like you, Willowfine, and you, Morven, sort of like look at each other and you're like, these things are weak AF. Like,
Yeah.
Also,
These things are super easy to kill.
oh, nuts! Yeah, what hap?
what hap? All right, so I didn't know this was going to happen in character.
No, you did
I
not
cast
know
a spell as you do, just an ordinary, everyday Spirit Guardians, and then
If this one is, it starts raining, then I'm going to be really
you
upset.
feel a sharp crack as something fragments in your mind. Sounds bad.
boy.
From now on, all your wisdom insight rolls, these are important to me, will be made by Johnny, who will not tell you the result. They may lie to you. Okay, that's spicy.
Spicy.
All right, well, I don't like my magic debt payment at all.
3.
Wisdom is my most important spellcasting.
You may halve your debt.
But I may halve my debt. I did halve, all right, my debt is halved to 7.
Hooray!
All right.
Nice.
Sorry.
I'm going to keep this out so I can remember that all my wisdom insight rolls will be made by Johnny. Okay.
But not wisdom perception rolls.
No, not perception, just insight.
Could have been worse, I say.
What about when I need to roll just wisdom?
Fine.
Okay, all right, cool.
So wisdom perception, wisdom saving throws, all fine.
Oh, fine.
But it is your analytical side. It's your,
I get it.
you know,
Okay.
like working out whether people are lying sort of thing and extrapolating truths from context clues.
Right.
I will tell you, I will give you a vibe. I will not give you a numerical.
So I won't be able to gauge how
Successful
much
the
to
roll was.
trust
The information.
the information I'm being given. Oh no. Oh, my mind's cracked.
But Willowfine will,
Okay.
that will be what Willowfine is convinced.
Okay.
I'm imagining the sound of a tendon snapping, but inside your brain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Cool. Great round.
Oh, we're not even close to done. Lug, what's your... Actually, just roll a d20.
Oh, gosh. It's a 9.
Okay. Oh, no, the bear goes first then. Alrighty.
Luckily, the bear's nowhere near me.
What is your AC? Please happen.
14.
Okay. That's an 8 in total. This thing kind of like the vines I mentioned before, one of them just shoots out to try and oh, it's prone, isn't it? No, it doesn't do that. Stand up.
Oh.
In a cool way.
Does it go?
In a way that drives the arrow into its own.
Oh! No, I'll tell you what it does. It like pulls the one arrow out and another arrow out and sort of then like
Now it's got 2 arrows.
it's standing up now and it's got an arrow in each fist.
Cool.
And it like snaps them. It's like and just bellows at you. And you can hear a rising chorus of just coming from the horrible creatures around you. Lug, it's your turn now.
So the pit's 45 feet away.
Yep. But it's 25 foot further up.
That's nice.
And you've got a speed of 30 feet.
No, I don't. I've got a speed of 40 feet.
Whoa.
Unless I'm wearing heavy armor, which I'm not. I'm fully nude. I'm not fully nude.
Mostly nude.
Where's the leader? Where's the leader guy?
He's still walking off, like doing the cool, like, I'm walking off, just condemn them to their death. And cool guys don't look at.
So he hasn't noticed and is unlikely to get involved. He's not in the initiative order, is he?
No, not this round. Because what you've done there is identified something I forgot to do. But I'll put him in the next round because, as Jane says, you have gone loud.
Yeah, I might run up and like, can I grapple him? Can I use my hammer as a sort of like grapple around it? Because he's walking away, presumably. But I get him behind, behind the neck.
Sure, yeah. What's your strength modifier?
+2.
10, and what's your proficiency bonus?
+3.
Okay, so 13 is the difficulty that this guy needs to succeed on. And it's just that I've got to succeed on a strength or dex saving throw, and the DC is 8 plus your strength mod and your proficiency bonus, which is 13.
Okay.
So it used to be an opposed roll, but now it isn't.
Interesting.
And that's a 9 in total.
Cool.
You grapple this guy.
Can I use my bonus action to say to him, call them off? Like, you know. Like, I've got you grappled.
Yeah.
Like, call them off. And see what he does.
Make me a
Charisma, persuasion, I assume? Or
intimidation, probably.
okay, that's good because I've got very little charisma. Oh, but it's still a charisma, isn't it? Intimidation.
Yeah.
Damn it. All right, fine. -1 charisma. Here we go. That's an 8. -1 is 7.
Okay. It's not a no. It's just a
Maybe later.
maybe later. Well, we'll see what happens in the next combat round. Luck has gone, which means it is Cressida's go. What Cressida do?
Cressida would first like to shoot a Scorching Ray at the bear. That's 3 fiery rays.
Lovely.
So I'll go for the first one. That's a 14.
Yep, that's a hit.
Okay, and then also a 9, no,
Miss.
and a 13.
That's a hit, just.
Each is a 2d6 fire damage. So for the first one, it's a 3 and a 2. So I hit for 5 with 1. 2, 1. So 3 with the other. So I hit 8
Which is
overall.
16 overall.
This is it.
Fireball ability.
Ooh, brilliant. And then also, as a bonus action, because I am I'm in the illusionist subclass, I would like to cast Minor Illusion.
Okay.
And like Cress is just like panicking because there's a bear, so she's just gone and then like, and she wants to cast an approximation of what the Shimmering Lady could look like.
Okay.
And also because of my subclass, Minor Illusion is usually a sound or an image, but I can do sound and image together. So I would like to have a Shimmering Lady appear and said, do not fight them, you need them to find me.
Okay.
Is that a bonus action then?
Yeah.
Because of your
Because of my subclass, yeah.
amazing.
Dang. What, in Cressida's estimation, does the Shimmering Lady look like? This isn't like a trick question.
Sort of.
For one.
Daryl Hannah and Splash.
She's sort of like, she sort of bases it a little bit off her mother, who was also similarly glamorous.
Lovely.
Very long blonde hair her mother had, and like puts it with like blue. She's like river water. Which tries to go kind of like blue shimmering effects in the hair and like flowing dress, really like ooh mystical. And she's like, I hope this is right. She's like, I hope she's not. The only river, you know, she goes to the river to watch, you know, the regatta. She doesn't go to like actually talk with the spirits of the water. She's like,
that's fair.
like posh lady who looks nice and sparkles.
Lovely. I'm really enjoying the idea of a regatta that you would go to because your home city is built over a waterfall.
Tremendously
And the losing side doesn't get to get out.
Yeah,
Okie dokie.
it's canon now.
They're all rowing against the flow of the water.
Yeah, just like, go
Whoever
on.
stops rowing.
The surviving team gets to live. Yeah, there it is. Okie dokie. Right. The bear is undeterred, but you hear from above some of the closer creatures go like, and you think the idea is taking. Basically. In fact, you hear a chorus of voices just being like, Shimmering Lady! Shimmering Lady! Yeah, no, they're fully hoodwinked by this. You get the sense these lads don't get out much. Right, after Cressida, it is our strange arboreal creatures who have all just been convinced that an avatar of the Shimmering Lady is there.
And 4 of them are dead.
They all start barking for the commander, being like, Shimmering Lady, Shimmering! And they are very confused that you've got him there. to do about that? They are not going to attack you. They just sort of stand there. They're a bit like, what is happening? Like, why is the bear pit so shallow? Why is the shimmering lady in it? And who's hugging boss? Is kind of like the vibe that we've got. Happen, it's 14. As far as you're aware, the bear is just like, it's practically an automated system. It's been told to kill, it's going to try and kill until it's
left
manually
off for
deactivated.
Shimmering lady or...
Exactly.
I'll draw my short swords, I think, and I think I'll just sort of jump towards the bear's mouth and slash at its head.
Please, cadence.
You'd hope. All right, go for it. AC 13.
I look at the sprites and nod at them as I charge. Whew. 1.
The sprites are like, wink!
Yeah, we got this. And I want to run towards the bear with my short swords.
Post yourself into the bear's mouth.
Or the sprites post me in.
Yeah, the sprites do. You're like, here I go! And then you're like,
Just pick up my feet.
It's the perfect amount of rotation to bring these swords down. And then your shoulders keep tipping. And you're like, uh-oh. And yeah, effectively, you're in this bear's mouth now, up to about mid-chest.
That's a big bear.
Gonna take a reaction on that.
The reaction being to clamp down.
I'm not gonna roll to hit because you're in its mouth.
This is such a beautiful opportunity to test my faith.
So unlucky.
11 points of piercing damage.
Okay, don't make it.
Yeah.
The bear goes. Sort of does a weird reflexive retch.
Oh.
And it's also going to take a lair action
Ooh.
because it has the opportunity to do that now. Basically, Cressida, what you see is the bear, one of its vines kind of goes into the ground, and then in the middle of the pit, bursting up, is an absolutely colossal grasping vine. What's your AC, please, Cressida?
My AC is 10.
That's a 16. Okay. 4. This thing just like smashes you against the side of the wall. You take 24 points of bludgeoning.
Whoa!
I'm unconscious.
Okay. All right.
Dang.
Death saves begin on your next turn, I guess.
Yeah!
Okie dokie.
The lady's still there because it's not a concentration spell, so.
All right.
Although it'll be
For a
fine
minute.
if she shimmered away now. She's delivered her message. She probably can't hold the magic for long from wherever she's being held.
She's just standing there weirdly silenced now. She's just like.
Yeah.
11 is Morven.
Yeah, okay, well, I need to kill this bear, I guess. So I'm standing, like, by the edge of the pit.
Yep.
I'm going to sorcerous burst it.
I'm in its mouth.
That's fine, it's one target, it's not an area of effect.
It's like to imagine that, like, Happen just says that. I think.
I'm in its mouth.
Its mouth.
Please, Cadence.
Okay, that's a 21 to hit.
That's a hit, all right.
Okay, so it's going to be 2d8 fire damage.
Very good.
It's a 7 and a 2. I'm going to use a sorcery point to reroll 2. It's a 1.
Oh, boo.
Can I use that again and just keep running through sorcery points?
Yeah, I believe so. As long as you got them to spend them.
2, 2.
Come on, dice. 4!
Okay. 11, 22 with the
22. All right. You do a good chunk of damage. You basically blast a bunch of the bark off of its like one side of its ribs. What does it look like?
So yeah, it's a burst rather than a beam. So it's kind of like plumes out from Morven's hands into a sort of big billowing cloud of flame that sort of engulfs the broadest part of the bear's back. So away from Happen, but just the flames sort of crash over the back of the bear like a cresting wave.
Very nice.
And as a bonus action, I would like to jump down into the pit, please.
Oh.
Lovely. Okie dokie. After that, Willowfine, it's your turn.
I cast Spare the Dying on Cressida. I run to the edge of the pit. I see that she's unconscious and lying on the floor of the pit, and I cast... How deep is the pit?
25 feet,
feet.
famously.
I also jumped down the pit.
Oh, dang. The crowd of,
In order to
of these
podcast Spare the
creatures,
Dying.
somewhat awkwardly, they're called Goodfellows. They are all standing around the pit, and some of them are like, "Shimmering lady," and others are still like, it's horrible. Yeah.
It's like, do I amuse you?
So. Oh, wait. I don't jump down the pit because at level 5, Spare the Dying has a 30-foot range. I don't have to fling myself into the bear pit. Best news all day.
Great.
I stabilise.
Yes.
I stabilise Cressida.
So you are now stable.
Still unconscious,
Yes.
but not dying.
Not dying.
Death saves.
Actively dying.
So that's pretty good.
Just
We like
have a
that.
little nap now.
I mean, we're all actively dying, but
Dang.
Dang, keep it light.
Right, okay. Well, let's carry on playing the exciting, imaginative game of Dungeons and Dragons, I guess. After Willow Fine comes Lug. You've still got
grapples.
this dude grappled. Oh, I didn't put him in the initiative order. 3! Great!
I asked him to call them off and he didn't.
No.
Well, I've got it. I can use a bonus action before an attack or after. So I'm going to use my bonus action first to say, last chance, call them off.
Okay. Did you make me another intimidation roll?
Sure. With my bloody -1.
I know, I'm sorry.
Ah, that's a 19 -1. It's 18.
Okay. He's going to use a reaction to basically go like, oh! He lets out...
Some wee.
Huh?
He lets out some wee.
Lets out some wee. He basically lets out this really high-pitched shriek noise, which... Who does it? Morven, you're in the pit. You sort of see the bear kind of like rearing up, and it's about to like chomp down on Happen again. And it literally just stops in its tracks, and it's almost like it goes in reverse, and Happen just like flops out of its mouth as it just kind of goes and becomes the walls again in like a half a second. The diameter of the pit is quite drastically reduced because there's 50 foot high of bear to fit in a 25 foot high area now. So they've just made the walls thicker. So you're in a very, very small 25 foot deep.
Could you climb it like a chimney now? Like, could you Sam Fisher your way out of that?
Well, I said it was 25 foot across, and now it's 12 and a half foot across.
We could Emperor's New Groove it.
Cressida, as the walls come in, Cressida just like rolled along. It's like unconscious.
Flop, flop, flop.
Yeah.
Like you're pulling a rug up underneath.
Yeah, if Cressida weren't unconscious, you could Emperor's New Groove it. But I think we're safe to say we're out of combat initiative now. There are still there's 18 or 19 good fellows and their leader kind of standing around like, what is happening? And the bear's gone back to being part of a pit.
Cool.
Well, I think it's pretty important that this shimmering lady ruse continues. So I'm in the pit. I'll go over to Cressida and I mean, I don't know how to heal someone, but I guess can I sort of like shake her a bit? She's unconscious, right? You know?
I mean, I can heal her. We come to the edge of the pit.
Yeah.
Lug and I, we stand on the edge of the pit and inspect the damage. Morven looks okay.
She's in bad shape.
So are you.
I'm fine. I cast gaseous form and turn into a cloud and float back up to the surface.
All right, for some.
There have been some exquisite uses of magic in this episode. All of them are worth a point of debt.
As I was saying, Willow, fine.
Yes.
I mean, I'll be sort of like almost frog marching the boss guy over to the edge of the pit. You know, like I'm like, I don't want to let him go just yet.
Misunderstanding.
All right, fine. I'll let him go.
Cressida quietly expires.
No, she's stable. She's stable.
Unstable.
I look over the edge of the pit and cast aid on Cressida and Happen.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
So that's a point of debt. That's a spell slot. Just doing my maths. They're 30 foot down, 25 foot down, which is absolutely fine.
Absolutely.
Absolutely fine.
You can even jump and do it.
They can have. I'm casting this out of a level 2 spell slot. So they can have their maximum and current HP increased by 5 for the next 8 hours.
Nice. Cool.
So that means you're on 5 HP.
Cressida is revived.
Just a little top up.
I haven't felt this bad since the last gala we had.
Cressida, you look down. You're like, oh goodness. The sun is sort of starting to hang quite low over Hayorth, and it's casting a long shadow in the pit. You're like, oh. You're feeling quite queasy. You've just had a near-death experience. So you imagine that you're imagining that sort of just shadow of a rabbit sort of hops its way out of the wall and disappears into your shadow.
Bunny.
Yeah, Cressida comes around and says,
Money,
very
and
good.
we're like,
Money.
very good. She's fine, folks.
the superior one is going
Shimmering lady.
to the others, and all the other ones are like,
Shimmering lady.
and just like gesticulating generally, just like, bleh, like the shimmering lady appeared to us and told us that these ones will find the shimmering lady. And now you're being regarded with renewed interest, and you think hope, and also a little bit of guilt, probably.
Do they have the capacity for embarrassment?
No.
Okay.
It's more that it's they're not sorry they did it, they're sorry they got caught. That kind of capacity.
Yeah, the sort. All right, fine. Yeah, we'll help you find the Shimmering Lady. Tell us all you know.
Not your companions from earlier.
I don't want to make you do the voice. Can you write it down?
Sure, yeah. It's like basically this guy, he just he's basically like, look, he holds his hands up, he's like, we don't have much to go on. We thought it was the previous people we'd captured. We thought it was you. We thought you knew what was going on. We captured you because the previous ones made a break for it. They got away from us, and we assumed that that meant they were guilty. We hadn't even set the bear on them. So the dude's like, really need Shimmering Lady for wood.
We can see. We've been walking through this forest for days. It's a disaster.
They're kind of, at this point, they're as close to feeling embarrassment as you think they'll ever get. It's like, if we show you where the others disappeared, would that help?
Any information is helpful.
Where's the Shimmering Lady usually?
The river.
Can you take us there?
Not there now.
Not in the river.
I know she's not there, but like if we're trying to find her, right?
What?
Look for wet footprints. Is that what you're saying?
Well, he's basically, he goes, we'll show you where they disappeared, and then we'll take you to the river.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the original journal from ED said they were pursuing a woman who I assume is the Shimmering Lady.
I would like to turn back from a gas cloud, like an inch away from his ear. Sounds good. Lead the way.
He's sort of...
Flair for the dramatic, our Morven.
Yeah. He raises himself to his full height. You see a bunch of the other ones kind of like start lumbering forward, if like, all right, we're going with this guy. We'll be his honor guard. And he like puts a hand up. They all flinch back because obviously they've tasted that often enough. But he indicates, possibly as a show of faith, that he is going to go alone with you all.
Cool.
Great.
Good.
He sort of points first, though. He's like,
Rest.
Rest, I think.
he clicks his fingers. You see sort of carrying out, like there's a low sort of building. It's almost like a grotto that's been built out of like, fallen twigs and stuff like that. Some of the subordinates bring out these sort of very simple, like almost like amphorae, sort of very simple vessels, and they sort of, to all of you, they get these very simple like wooden bowls, and they pour out this liquid, which is it's unfortunate. It gives you, it honestly reminds you a little bit of the soup that you had when a tree tried to claim your life for its own. It seems that this is a different kind of wild folk fare, but it is just like it's like a cold, clear broth. The dude drinks it as a show of this isn't gonna be bad for you.
All right.
Do you drink?
Yeah.
All right.
Could be worse for me.
Basically, you're gonna take a short rest, but to all intents and purposes, you've had a long one.
Oh, great.
Cool.
Phew.
It's like 5 hour energy. Fantasy.
Great.
Once you've sort of had a rest, he sort of stands up and nods and sort of points. And he leads the way. You get a sort of glimpse into the way these things live in that you're traveling down a path that is quite overgrown, and normally you'd be having difficulty in sort of having to be hack your way through some of the brush. But with this guy leading you, he really speeds you along, and you're traveling at a good 3 times your normal pace. And he takes you finally to a clearing. It's not a clearing, it's sort of, he rounds this path, rounds a corner, and there's sort of a tree there, and then the ground sort of falls away on one side, so there's a hill, and then there's trees there, and there's this path that sort of just edges its way around the corner of this of this track. He sort of goes to point and then stops and just looks confused. And Morven, you look ahead and you see sat cross-legged on the ground with a smile on his face, as though he were expecting to see each and every one of you, a man in a funny leather jacket with a sort of one of those hats that sort of someone's just got a disc of leather and put it on their head and tied a band around it.
Mother F.
He's sort of it's almost like the camera crashes in and he just goes, and we'll end it there.
No!
Let's do the rolling right, baby!
All right, crawling up to 18. Let's see if I get any lower on this tonight. 22. Oh!
My debt was halved, but I have been casting spells because they're fun, so I am back up to 16. Let's not roll under that, shall we? It's 50.
Bang
Safe.
on 50.
Okay. Well, I took a penalty and halved my debt, but now it's back up to 10, and I rolled a 72, so safe.
Okay. I'm at 21. 18.
Join us.
Yourself an envelope.
Praise Cadence.
Praise Cadence.
Praise Cadence. Well, maybe. Well, Praise Cadence.
My debt continues to be 3. So, really letting the side down here. Oh. Ooh, that is 92. So close.
There was enough of a pause there that I was like, here it comes.
Well, it's next to 4, which would have been extremely close, but it was 92.
Ooh.
Envelopes 2 weeks running. I'm genuinely quite delighted. Thank you all so much for playing.
Are you tracking your debt with all the spells your NPCs are casting?
Oh, my ego is writing checks that my body cannot cash. What will happen next week on Wyrdwood? I know, they don't, nor do you. How do you find out? By making sure you subscribe to Oxventure and tuning in next time.